Could be very frustrating at times, but I'm happy that I didn't get too frustrated and was able to handle it pretty well.
Jessica Pegula's name comes with beauty and brains, class, talent and money. It is not every day you get to see a billionaire heiress on the court. Discussing tennis today has to involve around the renowned American professional tennis player Jessica Pegula because of her successes on and off the court and her recent family issues. The 29-year-old has a career-high Women's Tennis Association ranking for both singles and doubles of world number 3, both achieved on October the 24th, 2022. To her credit, she has won 2 singles titles and 6 doubles titles on the WTA Tour, 1 WTA Challenger doubles title and 7 ITF doubles titles. Jessica is a 5-time Grand Slam quarterfinalist in singles, and she has attained this stage 3 times at the Australia Open, once at the 2022 French Open, and 1 time at the 2022 US Open.
And have people more recognize my name on the tennis court than not. So it's definitely a very rewarding, satisfying feeling.
Jessica Pegula was born in Buffalo, New York. She is the daughter of Terry and Kim Pegula. She has 4 siblings, Kelly, Matthew, Michael and Laura, and at the tender age of 7, she was introduced to the game of tennis by her family, with Martina Hingis as her role model. The tennis star is half Korean, owing to the fact that her mother was born in South Korea but was adopted at the age of 5 by an American family, and she grew up in New York. The young star took the game as an after-school activity which she played for fun, although she was good at it. In high school, she was ranked top 10 nationally, and to this effect, she was opportune to play for the University of Florida. Despite being at the top of her game, she chose not to chase college tennis but instead focused on her education. She graduated with a degree in psychology in 2017. The fast-rising star took a break from tennis and began her professional tour, having signed up with the Women's Tennis Association in 2018. Jessica decided to become a professional in tennis at the age of 17 in 2011. After she was handed a wild card into the main draw of the US Open doubles, she got paired with Taylor Townsend and she attained the 3rd round. The young star has reached several Grand Slam finals in singles at the Australian Open, French and US Open respectively. As a junior player, her highest ranking was number 63 in the world in 2011. Since her rise to professionalism, Jessica has continued to make waves on the court. In 2019, she won her first WTA singles title, defeating Camila Giorgi in the final of the Washington Open. She also won several double titles to her credit, including the 2018 WTA Elite Trophy, where she was part of an American team with Danielle Collins and Bethany Mattek-Sands. However, in 2019, Jessica continued to make remarkable achievements on the court. She became the first American in 6 years to reach the 3rd round of the French Open. She also reached the 3rd round of the US Open the same year, having lost a close match to the world number 1, Ashleigh Barty. Amidst this, Jessica's WTA ranking was also on the rise, as her ranking jumped from 135 to a career high of 31 in 2020. In addition to her impressive and outstanding accomplishments, she earned several accolades off the courts as well. In 2020, she was awarded Female Player of the Year at the New York Open and also received the United States Tennis Association Player of the Year award. Jessica Pegula's ability to make her way to the ranks of professional tennis cannot be complete without recognizing her parents' support and guidance. The duo has been her biggest fan since the beginning of her career. From consistently driving her long distances to various tournaments, they have also been her major source of financial support, paying for her attendance in training camps and making sure she can purchase quality equipment. Her competition against some of the world's prominent players, Kim Clijsters, Serena Williams and Angelique Kerber, has taught her invaluable lessons about the game and how to get to the top. The professionalism of Jessica Pegula cannot be overemphasized, as the world has grown to know her as American tennis sensation. Aside from being an incredible player on the court, she is also an inspiring individual off the court. She is mostly active in the community as she participates regularly in charities and also helps in mentoring young girls who aspire and look up to her as a mentor and model. She trains young girls and enables them to aspire to make it to the top in the world of professional tennis. As an advocate for women's rights, she joined hands with other female tennis players in 2020 to create the Professional Women Tennis Association. The association is geared at increasing wages, training and coaching support, including media coverage of female players in an attempt to close the gender gap in the professional tennis world. Jessica's journey has not always been a smooth one. Injuries have slowed down her career some time back. She had a knee injury in 2014 that took her off the tour for a year and a half, a leg injury in 2016, and hip surgery in 2017, which was the hardest to recover from. Despite her injuries, she continued to show incredible commitment, passion, and dedication to tennis. Jessica Pegula really had a solid tennis year, but a tough year in her personal life due to her mother's health challenge. She had revealed in the Players' Tribune about what had been going on. Her mother suffered a cardiac arrest last summer and was saved by her sister immediately by performing CPR right on the spot. This unfortunate incident has left her mother, Kim Pegula, the co-owner and president of the Buffalo Bills and Sabres, to deal with aphasia and memory loss. Jessica was moved to share her family's challenge following Damar Hamlin's episode of cardiac arrest during the 2023 Australian Open in January, followed by her public tributes to Pill's star. The Pegulas are currently having a hard time due to the diagnosis and the extent of their matriarch's health struggles. This phase has been kept within the confines of the family, while Jessica compiled her best ever season on the WTA Tour. She peaked at number 3 in the rankings and won her first WTA 1000 title in Guadalajara. The tennis champion, in her acceptance speech, dedicated her win to her mum. In her words, "I wanted her to know that even after a terrible 6 months, I still fought every day because of her. If she could fight through what she was going through, I could too." While still working through her own challenges with anxiety in respect to the incident, Jessica nonetheless began 2023 by attaining a third straight Australian Open quarterfinal in singles and the semi-finals in doubles with her partner, Coco Gauff. While Jessica Pegula has an outstanding performance in tennis, she announced her marriage to her longtime boyfriend, Taylor Gahagan, in 2021. Taylor Gahagan is an American senior investment analyst and worked for 7 years at Pegula Sports and Entertainment, a company owned by her parents. Jessica has a 12-23 record against players who were, at the time the match was played, ranked in the top 10. But in 2016, she lost the US Open in a match with Agnieszka Radwanska. In 2019, during the French Open, she recorded a lose against Ashley Barty and another lose in the same year at the China Open. The 2020 Auckland Open, New Zealand, was a remarkable one as she came against Serena Williams. In 2021, she had to come against Alina Svitolina in Abu Dhabi Open UAE. In May 2021 at the Italian Open, she recorded a win against Naomi Osaka, who was the world's number 2. This one is widely termed one of the biggest wins of her career. In 2022, she defeated Maria Sakkari in the Australian Open. Also, she emerged as the highest-ranked American since Sloane Stephens in 2019. Added to her card of successes, Pegula was also one of only 2 players to make the quarterfinals or better at 3 of the 4 slams. In what has been described as easy wins, the American, alongside her partner Coco Gauff, has been doing well so far in 2023 in pursuit of the Grand Slam title. So far, she has been up against Iga Swiatek in the United Cup Australia and Maria Saraki in Qatar Open. Aside from being at the top of her game with her commitments and passion, Jessica and her sister in 2016 launched a restaurant they called Healthy Scratch. The following year, the sisters launched a Healthy Scratch food truck business. Moving forward, in 2017, Jessica launched her own skincare line called Ready24. One of the most watched sports in the world is undoubtedly tennis. This is evident from the fact that approximately 87 million people play tennis globally. This has attracted tennis players vast fans and followers. Apart from tournament fees, the players earn significantly from endorsements and sponsorship deals. At the moment, Jessica Pegula is the richest tennis player in the world in 2023 with a net worth of $6.7 billion.